fucking shoulder.
Well, that's awesome.
And it was an awesome experience. It was the coolest shit in the world to see the way a bat will climb it. For the record, that shit fucking hurts.
Oh, I bet.
Because it's all nails and hooks, you know what I mean? Like that.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he used his wing hooks to be able to climb out my shirt. So he had cut me. So I guess I should have died from rabies when I was a little kid. But
you were vaccinated.
I was vaccinated, and my system is just that scary that it scares away diseases.
That's awesome. I never got the camp experience when I was young. The only opportunity I had, I swear to God, this is a true story, because I was a little bit ahead of the movie watchers of my age group, and they invited me to a camp just outside of Vernon, BC, and I said, where are we going? They said, Camp Crystal Lake, and I said, no, thank you, I won't be going.
Really?
Yeah. And I would not go, and that was my only, I've never had another chance to go to camp. I should try now.
Oh, man.
I wonder if they'd let me now if I just say I identify as a teen boy.
Just don't go as a counselor, because they're always the first to die.
Oh, yeah, no, I wouldn't go at all like that, but just be the 40-year-old guy who goes to camp.
Just wear, like, this shirt that is just a little bit, like, 2 sizes too small.
Oh, I wear a full-on Boy Scout uniform. Get me some badges.
Oh, that'd be too fucking awesome.
I was never a Boy Scout either, so.
I was a Boy Scout.
I was not.
I was an awesome fucking Boy Scout.
I can see that.
Yeah.
I'm
one of the things that I built in Boy Scouts was when we did the winter survival, the outdoor winter survival thing, which was fucking awesome. I loved it. It was so much fun. We had to build a shelter to show that you could survive the winter, right? So I had to build a shelter. My shelter, as far as I haven't heard in the last, say 7 years. But again, I'm going to be fucking 45 this month. This is a long time ago when I built this thing. As of 7 years ago, it was still standing.
Jeez. And it's now.
And it's used as an example of how not ingenious, but I don't know what the word is, but how good a kid can be when he applies those stuff.
If it were here, it'd be $650,000.
Right?
I actually did get to go to a Boy Scout event, like an overnight thing. It was I had to take my little cousins to theirs, and it was a horrible experience because I was like the chaperone or whatever, but I was too young to hang out with the adults, but I was way too old to hang out with the kids. It was just a miserable thing. But dads aren't a big thing in my family, so these kind of things, when you got to have a father figure with you, we just scrape somebody together. It's
anybody.
The only cousin who doesn't have a date or whatever it happens to be. That was rough. I just remembered that I'd completely blocked that out, so that's nice and traumatizing.
There you go. Hey, you get to wake up screaming later. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's fun. Being around that many people for like overnight, I just don't like it.
Loved it.
It would either turn into it's creepy as hell to me, or I just picture this Lord of the Flies kind of scenario happening.
Well, I loved it. We did a thing. This is where I discovered the ability to make a rat's tail out of a towel.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
And use it to whip people. I learned that skill there, and it's also where I learned that if you dip the tip of it in water,
always funny,
and then stab somebody. I've actually split a guy's arm open. He actually had to get a whole bunch of stitches.
Oh yeah. Hey guys, always do that to everyone all the time. It's not obnoxious at all, and it's totally hilarious every chance you get.
I love it.
Always funny. It's always great when someone generally when that comes up, it's in a locker room or something, and so you're with a scantily clad group of men, and someone does something pseudo-gay like that, and you're just like, dude, really?
Then you're like, yeah, and then you do it back to them, and next thing you know, everybody's whipping each other.
Yeah, it's funny.
And you wonder how sadomasochism becomes a thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I do wonder, actually. That scares I don't like that.
My cousin, his first year, because the other thing we were good at, which was we would have pillow fight tournaments that were way more violent than you would ever expect a pillow fight to be.
Oh, no, those can get rough when dudes are doing it. Well,
you discovered that if you use a down pillow.
Oh yeah, those are the worst.
Stuff all those feathers down to the end, and then create an actual ball. And it's just deadly.
That's why.
And my cousin had his thumb broken, and it literally the thumb snapped in half.
Yeah, feathers do that. That's why geese are assholes.
Yeah. Loved it.
No, that's the great thing about young men. They can turn anything violent. The most innocent thing will become some way to hit each other and keep score, and then it will increase into something to hurt someone much smaller than you because you can. It's a funny hierarchy for young guys. From the, like you said, the goose down to even the pack of rock and a snowball.
Yeah. Snowball fights and taking one of them and dipping it in water and freezing it before you start the game. One guy gets the ice ball.
You know what my favorite thing to do is? You take a bunch of them, you stick them in your freezer, and then you run out and nail people with them in like August.
That's a great idea.
They have no idea. What the hell, snowball fight? Like, wait, what are you doing? It's 42 degrees.
Where the hell did you get that?
It's a great trick. Or if you live close to an ice rink, they've usually got a pile out back.
Yeah, and there's like 2 of those at Milton, so yeah, remember that.
Of course there is. God, I love Eastern Canada. There's no open, like here we've got fields that are fenced off for years, old lots. Of Eastern Canada, they just make a rink out of it.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Everywhere.
So we got John Tonelli, which is the oldest one, and we got the new one they just built up, which is like a multi-rink one. So yeah, we got 2.
Yeah, Brandon, Manitoba. When I grew up, like 18,000 people, and I think there's 180 ice rinks. Like there's one for everybody. It was amazing.
And you still had to book it like fucking 3 weeks in advance to get a fucking rink time because they're always pre-booked.
Yeah, well, we had like the community ones in Brandon. They were good to go every night. You just went down and there's like 50 cents for hot chocolate.
Oh, ours, we went to, we were organizing a big fucking, big hockey game when we were kids, and we decided to rent out the arena for that, because it was like, I think it was like $50 to rent the arena.
Probably.
To do it for the event. It was, it was pretty cheap. And, we had the money, and we went up to do it, and it was like, I think we went up in like June, and we had to wait until September.
Oh, wow.
It's like, aww.
Yeah, you talk about the 80s.
You gotta book it a year in advance.
You talk about how people always had money in the 80s. Hell, I had $50 in the 80s all the time. It was, I don't understand where economics went so bad that, like, even when I was in like the second grade, I was doing better than I am now.
Oh yeah, I know where I got my money from. I used to steal from Zellers. Do you remember those little fucking keychains with the hands, and you can bend the fingers?
Oh yeah, of course.
Well, Zellers sold those for 99 cents, and I would steal like 2 or 3
no, they
boxes
didn't.
of them. Well, they certainly tried, but I stole them all. So we'll go to school and sell them for 50 cents a piece.
That's brilliant. And
so undercut them by half the price. I'd oversell. Like they're always gone by the end of the day.
No, of course.
And it was great. Fucking loved it. And this is also where I discovered manipulation for the first time, because the guy I was with, I'm stealing the bendy finger thing. He's stealing chocolate and like boxes of chocolate. And security catches us one time and grabs him. And he's like, what are you doing? He immediately yells, "Get your hands off me! Danger, danger! You didn't touch me there!" The guy lets go and we took off running.
That's brilliant.
They're like kids. He came over and I'm like, what does that mean? Danger, danger. He goes, "I remember that from Sunday school." I'm like, "I don't pay attention when I go to Sunday school. What the fuck is that?"
You say no, then go and tell someone you trust.
Yeah.
And yet somehow Zellers just didn't survive the economic downturn. I wonder why.
Never understood how they never survived. It must have been a lack of inventory. I don't know.
I don't know a single person in my natural life who didn't steal from Zellers. I think
it literally helped me survive all of fucking grade school.
Yeah, it helped me out a little later than that in life. Until Target came along and and took the rest of them.
Oh, yeah, but Target lasted less than a year. That was incredible.
I love it. Love it.
That was the greatest thing I've ever heard in my fucking life. That was, oh my god. I'm like, Zellers was going, yeah, we're going to Target. I'm like, oh. And then like a year later, Target's gone, yay!
Well, I want to be the first.
They were gone so quick, I couldn't even steal from them.
I want to be, on behalf of Eric and Gord and all our fellow Canadians, sorry, Zellers. I hope we didn't do that to you.
Zellers. No, fuck Zellers. Zellers deserve to go down. The Zellers in the Mill Mall, anyway, specifically, was the shittiest fucking store I've ever experienced in my entire life.
Well, they weren't
horrible.
They weren't known for good quality products or service or.
They weren't known for anything. They're known for old people to shop for their grandkids, and their kids fucking hated the shit they got from
Yeah,
them.
but they had that cool restaurant.
Yeah, the one that fucking... Now, ours upgraded because they had one initially that was absolutely terrible. And I was even there the one time, and I got a breaded chicken burger. And the fucking thing was burnt on the outside and frozen solid in the inside. The entire sandwich.
That's awesome.
Lettuce, tomato. They pre-made it and froze it.
That's
and then
fantastic.
threw it in the microwave. And then got mad at me when I complained about it. Fuck that place. I was so happy they were fucking gone.
Yeah, what were the Strawberry Cafe or something like that? They were god awful. They were always terrible.
Oh, they were just brutal. Like, I mean, you go there to get sick. That's why you went there. You went there so you didn't have to go to school the next day because you didn't get sick from eating their shitty food.
Yeah, kind of.
I don't want to go to school tomorrow. Let's go to the Strawberry Cafe and Zellers. Let's go get food poisoning. It'd be great. All right.
If memory serves,
shit in your brain, too.
Memory serves, they at least at the ones I recall, you could get yourself a damn fine haircut too. They had a little.
Yeah, we didn't have that one in our. Oh, we did. Fuck, I forgot about that.
I don't even know if that person was supposed to be there. I think they just set up in there and never got caught.
Just set up in the corner. What are you doing here? Cutting hair? Oh, who said you could be here? John. Fucking John said. Okay, sorry. Yeah.
You could do your whole day. You get your portraits taken and your haircut and have dinner with the family, and you do a whole Thanksgiving weekend without ever leaving the store.
Yeah, it's sad but true. And I fucking hated that store so much. I even got offered a job there because I went in one time and bought I don't even remember what the fuck it was. It was like I think it was like a humidifier or some shit. And they had this whole thing. It was on sale, advertised and everything, and on sale. And it was for like $30, like $29.99. But they had put the wrong unit in the display unit. So the unit that that I actually picked up was worth like $160. And they had it for $19.99 or $29.99, whatever it was. So I'm like, no, this isn't advertised. It's in the right spot. Fuck you. This is the one I'm paying for. Because the girl went to ring it up. She's like, oh, that comes up like $200. I'm like, no, it doesn't. So she calls the manager over. The fucking manager comes over and he's like, what's going on? So I told him. So when we walked over and I showed him the display, he's like, son of a bitch. He goes, yeah, okay, yeah. So he goes back to the girl. He says, yeah, ring it up. He goes, he's right. She goes, you can't ring it up for that price. He looks at her, he goes, I'm the fucking manager, ring it up. She goes, I'm not ringing it up. She goes, the company's going to lose money. You can't ring that up. He looks at her, he goes, ring it up or fucking quit.
Wow.
You only have two options here. Like, I'm telling you as your supervisor, you will not get in trouble for this. Ring the fucking thing up. So she refused, so he fucking fired her.
That's
and
awesome.
on the spot, he rang up my order. And off I go. I'm really happy. I went back like a week later to buy something else. And again, it was the exact same scenario. They have the wrong item on display for like 5 times the value. And I go and pay for it. I'm like, yeah, they set up. So I just got to get permission from the manager. But yeah, no problem. I said, no, Gord's here. So he goes, yeah, I go, I have a Gord strain here. And he goes, like, Gord's there? You go, yeah, whatever he says, just give it to him.
Oh, wow.
And she's like, are you sure you don't want to very good? No, Gord's not going to lie about this. Don't worry about it. It's fine. Tell him I'll be down in 5 minutes and I'll talk to him anyway.
That's
so
funny.
So he comes down, so I made the purchase, fantastic, scored this high-end fucking thing for next to nothing. And he comes down and he goes, so you keep catching all these mistakes. Like, well, you make it pretty fucking easy. He goes, how would you like to have a job here where I'm going to hire you, and your full-time job is your job is to make sure that everything is merchandised right.